The diplomatic meeting was already tense enough without the Carathian ambassador bringing his pet to the negotiation table. The creature, a shadow maw cub, barely 6 months old, already stood 3 feet tall at the shoulder and weighed at least 200 pounds. Its obsidian fur seemed to absorb light, and its 4 eyes tracked every movement in the room with predatory focus. "A gift from my homeworld," Ambassador Freck announced proudly. "Raised from birth to protect me. Even as an infant, it could tear through steel." The other diplomats shifted nervously in their seats. Everyone except Dr. Lisa Park, Earth's cultural attaché, who was reading her notes and absently eating crackers. The shadow maw cub noticed the crackers. It padded around the table, silent despite its size, and stopped next to Lisa's chair. She didn't look up, just continued reading while occasionally reaching into her packet for another cracker. The cub watched her hand move from packet to mouth. Packet to mouth, its massive head tilted, then tried to climb onto her lap. "Oof!" Lisa gasped as 200 pounds of apex predator attempted to make itself comfortable on her thighs. The chair creaked ominously. "No, no, no. You're heavy." She pushed gently but firmly on its chest. The cub, which could have easily overpowered her, whose claws could shred her with a casual swipe, stopped immediately. The room held its collective breath. Lisa looked down at the creature properly for the first time. "You want a cracker, don't you?" She held one up. The shadow maw's 4 eyes locked onto it with laser focus. "Sit," she said, pointing to the floor beside her chair. Ambassador Threck started to speak. "Shadow maws don't." The cub sat. Lisa gave it the cracker. The supposedly carnivorous apex predator crunched it happily. "Good baby," she said absently, returning to her notes. The cub, apparently satisfied with this arrangement, lay down beside her chair, its massive head resting against her leg. "That's impossible," Threck whispered. "Shadow maws don't obey anyone but their bonded master. They certainly don't eat vegetation, and they never, ever submit to perceived weakness." Lisa reached down and scratched behind what she assumed were its ears. The cub made a sound like a rusty engine trying to purr. "It's not about strength," Lisa explained, still reading. "It's about consistency and boundaries. I said no to the lap thing because it would hurt me, not because I'm trying to dominate it." It understood the difference. The Mallory ambassador's tendrils quivered. "But it's a shadow maw. They're killing machines." "It's a baby," Lisa corrected, finally looking up. "A baby that wanted attention and snacks." She looked down at the cub, which had rolled onto its back, presenting its belly. "Oh, for crying out loud. I'm in a diplomatic meeting." But her hand was already moving, giving belly rubs to the most feared predator in 3 systems. The cub's legs kicked happily in the air. "Ow!" Freck demanded. "I've raised it from birth, fed it the finest meats, trained it with the most advanced techniques." Lisa considered this. "Did you ever just play with it?" "Play? You know, throw a ball, tug of war, hide and seek, the stuff you do with puppies." "It's not a puppy. It's a shadow maw." Lisa pulled a hair tie from her wrist and dangled it. The cub's eyes went wide. It pounced, batting at the elastic band with paws the size of dinner plates, completely forgetting its dignity as an apex predator. "See," Lisa said. "Baby." For the rest of the 3-hour meeting, the supposed killing machine stayed by Lisa's side, occasionally receiving crackers and pets, sometimes playing with the hair tie, and once falling asleep with its head on her foot. When the meeting ended and Threck called the cub to leave, it looked at him, then at Lisa, then back at him. "Go on," Lisa said gently. "Go with your person." The cub stood, but not before very carefully taking one last cracker from her hand with surprising gentleness. It patted after Threck, but kept looking back. "Dr. Park," Threck said quietly, "would you consider visiting to teach me your techniques?" Lisa smiled. "Ambassador, my technique is simple. Every predator was once a baby that just wanted to be loved. Even the scary ones. Especially the scary ones." The next day, the entire diplomatic corps received a photo from Threck. The fearsome shadow maw cub curled up in a massive dog bed, cuddling a stuffed toy, with a box of earth crackers nearby.